515# to subscribe. The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TV1 News. I'm Carol Kidu Jr.
I'm Rex Lita. I'll see you later in the sports bulletin for cricket updates and digital ExxonMobil Cup.
In this edition, Angao Health concludes service standards workshop, Gulf and CIC sign coffee deal, and Miox tipped as minor premiers. A cult group from Wantoat in Morbe's Markham district has allegedly abducted 4 young women. Police are working with locals to pinpoint the location of the 4. The abduction follows a police report of a confrontation between the cult group, believed to be operating in Gumia village since March this year, and a resistance group. Morbe police reported that during the confrontation on July 12, 1 member from each group was killed. Villagers from Gumia have scattered and are living in fear of a retaliation from the cult group. A pastor from Rumu village, along with some men, volunteered to go to Gumia to gather the villagers and identify suspects in the 2 killings. Police will then go in and apprehend the suspects. This newsroom was advised that police in Leh are unable to get updates from the team in Wantoat because of network issues. The lack of basic services such as roads and electricity is also hindering police efforts. The Morbe Provincial Health Authority has concluded its 1-week workshop on National Health Service Standards. The National Health Service Standards Toolkit paves the way for the implementation of the National Health Plan 2021 to 2030.
The Morbe Provincial Health Authority is the first PHA to conduct its National Health Service Standards workshop following the advocacy workshop of the National Health Plan in Madang last year. The workshop for staff at the Angao Memorial Provincial Hospital started on Monday, July 17 at the Leh International Hotel. It concluded on the afternoon of Friday, July 21. At the beginning of the week, PNG's Chief Radiologist and Acting Executive Manager Medical Standards, Dr. Dora Lenturut Katal, took the Angao staff through clinical governance, understanding the clinical components of their facility, the values of clients, and the revised levels of health care. Level 1, which used to be 8 posts, are now known as health posts, while community health posts are level 2 facilities.
Level 3, health center and urban clinic. Well, urban clinic here, all right, they are level 3. So HU, are you good HR? You should be recruiting HUs. They look after this level. They are the heads of level 3. A nursing officer must be at the head of level 2, not a community health worker. All right? A community health worker is in charge of health post. All right? So our VHA, which we're talking about now, connects to the whole post. The CHW is not displaced. Work for CHW is not here. But the VHA, right, does all the little talking, right, identifying, oh, something is not right here. You've been losing way too much. Come, I'll take you to the health post and the CHW can check you.
Dr. Lenturut Katal further outlined why good clinical governance systems are needed, saying international published data suggests that up to 16% of patients suffer harm as an unintended consequence of their care, that is, an adverse event. 50% of these events are preventable. She further highlighted that 5% of those suffering harm die as a consequence, and about 2% of those suffering an adverse event will sue the healthcare provider for damages. The chief radiologist said with the current financial strain faced by PHAs, legal matters are unbudgeted for, hence staff are encouraged to practice good governance and ethics. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Secretary for National Department of Health Dr. Osborne Leko has appointed a new caretaker manager for Laloki Hospital in Central Province. In a recent media release, Dr. Leko announced that administrative measures have been initiated to usher in stability and end the fighting between the disputing parties in regard to the management of the Laloki Psychiatric Hospital, while the courts resolve the matters. Dr. Leko has clarified that the term of Dr. Lovasati IC as hospital CEO ended on April 27th, and as such, Dr. Lovasati holds no authority to perform functions as the head of the hospital. Appropriate measures are also being put in place to ensure the smooth running of the hospital in the interest of continuity and patient care. The Geru Secondary School Alumni Association held a walkathon this morning to raise funds to register the association with the Investment Promotion Authority and the Internal Revenue Commission before it can open a bank account. The association was established to support Geru Secondary School with learning and development agendas.
At 7 a.m. this morning, current and former students of Geru Secondary School and their families met at Ella Beach in Port Moresby for the walkathon. The walk began at Ella Beach Tower and APEC House. It continued to Harborside, Credit Corp and Bank of PNG, past the former American Embassy office to the old Westpac House and back to Ella Beach Tower. Association President Judith Killer said their funding target for the walkathon is 3,000 kina to get the registration process underway with the Investment Promotion Authority.
Once we are able to operate as a legal entity, our purpose will then be to support the school, operate legally and independently of the school, while at the same time supporting the school with its various projects.
She said getting the association together was a major challenge, but with the current 12 members, the team is confident that membership will increase.
Right now there's about 12 of us who've been elected in after the second meeting about 3 months ago. The 12 of us vary in the years we graduated, so there's a cross-section of us from 1992 all the way up until 2017.
Judith said this is a first-of-its-kind event hosted by the alumni with plans for similar events once registration is done.
Just a really big call out to all the former students. Please get in touch with us. We've got, look for us on Facebook, GSS Alumni Association or Geru Secondary Student Alumni Association. And then from there we can link you up to our WhatsApp group so you can receive updates on both sides.
After registering the association, the first task is prepare for the school's 40th anniversary this September. SME Council President and former Geru Secondary student Des Yaninen participated in the walkathon. Yaninen pledged to help with registering the Alumni Association should there be a shortfall. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape has announced that the National Security Council has approved a task force to investigate how Bank of PNG and Puma Energy Limited cannot resolve issues pertaining to Forex and Puma's businesses. This comes after the PM entrusted Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso and Treasurer Ian Ling Stuckey with the responsibility of resolving the ongoing issue between the concerned parties with no permanent solution reached to date. Prime Minister Marape said the National Security Advisory Committee convened on Friday, July 21st, 2023, and recommended that the Minister for Petroleum and Energy utilize his powers to compel both Puma and PNG to ensure fuel supply, and that NEC directs the establishment of a task force comprising representatives from Treasury, PNG, Financial Analysis and Supervision Unit, Internal Revenue Commission, Customs, Department of Petroleum and Energy, and 2 independent forensic audit firms to investigate the allegations of money laundering by Puma, as the PNG board lacked sufficient information to address the issue effectively. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's calories, family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's our favorite for minds. Sandy, see, cola, scare, rice, long scares, air price. Sandy, see, cola, scare, rice, long scares, air price. Amber, you like it?
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hi-Ace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hi-Ace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hi-Ace bus and experience the Hi-Ace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
A patient in your care died brutally in front of you.
I need to find an explanation for what happened.
It's smiling at me. It's smiling at me.
You're going to die! You're going to die!
How long between each victim's death?
None of them survived long enough.
Something bad is going to happen.
Smile premieres Saturday, July 29th, 10 p.m. on HBO.
Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.
Welcome back. U.S. Marines and sailors with Task Force Corps Moana 23 participated in a fire-starting class hosted by PNG Defence Force Warrant Officer Class 2 Stephen Baloile on Goldie River Training Camp in Port Moresby. Papua New Guinea is part of Task Force Moana's deployment to the Indo-Pacific region to strengthen relationships with Pacific Island partners through bilateral and multilateral training. The informal period of instruction was taught by Baloiloi, a native of Milne Bay Province, and the PNGDF Warrior Wing Sergeant Major. Additionally, Baloiloi taught the Marines and sailors how to create fire using wood, coconut husks and coconut leaves. At the conclusion of the class, Baloiloi offered to host other basic survival classes for the Marines and sailors over. Creative House, a newly established fashion and design organization, announced today a collaboration with the esteemed Kenny PNG Limited, a renowned philanthropic entity. This partnership makes a significant milestone in the advancement of the Papua New Guinean fashion community, as Kenny PNG Limited, through the Kenny Foundation, has generously donated 20,000 kina to support the organization's initiatives. A transformative partnership that will bring about a new era of growth and empowerment in the fashion and design community. Creative House, a dynamic and newly established organization, has joined hands with the esteemed philanthropic entity founded 7 years ago, Kenny PNG Limited, to ignite positive change and innovation within the local creative landscape. With the generous support of 20,000 kina from Kenny PNG Limited's Kenny Foundation, Creative House is embarking on a journey to nurture and elevate Papua New Guinean designers and artisans. This collaboration marks a significant milestone in the advancement of the fashion industry, promising a future of cultural celebration, sustainable development, and boundless opportunities for talented individuals.
Collaborations and teamwork is important. So many artists, in PNG and designer, they have their talents, but they also need a team, a company that can collaborate with them, so that the design and talent they have, that can be print and can be can show to the public.
The funds will be utilized to provide training workshops, business courses, and fashion and design programs, bolstering the skill sets and entrepreneurial acumen of talented individuals within the fashion and design community. Representing Creative House, Yakuninich expressed her gratitude, stating they understand the value of nurturing and empowering indigenous talent and have carefully outlined a plan for the allocation of these funds that align with their organization's core mission.
So Creative House is a platform that's created by designers for designers. It's formed by over 21 different SME owners. Our SMEs are all from all walks of life. We have 2 medical doctors who are part of our event, the Creative House, as well. Like, this is their side hustle, but we want to make sure that all our SMEs do this not as a side hustle, but look at it as a business.
The partnership will culminate in an exciting event. Creative House, with the support from Kenny PNG Limited, will be hosting the Creative House Runway Fashion Show in October 2023, with a pre-show exhibition on September the 9th. This much-anticipated event will showcase the incredible talents and creativity of indigenous Papua New Guinean designers, celebrating their unique contributions to the fashion landscape. The Marape government has ambitious plans to escalate palm oil production through enhanced collaboration and equity participation of all stakeholders in the palm oil industry. Oil Palm Industry Corporation General Secretary Kepsen Pupita made this announcement during his address at the Council of Palm Oil Producing Countries International Smallholders Workshop held in Melaka, Malaysia. The Papua New Guinea Medium-Term Development Plan 2023 to 2027 spearheads this initiative aimed at fostering sustainable growth and development. Papua New Guinea received an invitation to participate in the CPOPC following a recent visit by Indonesian President Joko Widodo. Efforts have been made to progress and increase coffee production in Gulf Province through the signing of an agreement between the provincial government and the Coffee Industry Corporation. The agreement will cover a 5-year partnership from 2023 to 2027, valued on kina-to-kina basis.
The Memorandum of Agreement was signed between the Gulf Provincial Government and the Coffee Industry Corporation Limited in Port Moresby on Friday, July 21st at the Parliament House. On a kina-to-kina basis, the agreement will progress and increase coffee production within the area. The signing now allows for support to come from both parties in terms of financial and human resource capacity to carry out coffee work in Gulf.
Coffee is something where I'm producing people overseas, they bring currency from overseas, you can make from country, from Yumi. Now, help political line, local line, or blockholders, or growers, and stuff was sent, but time gold and oil, I guess, you come time, all in a look, Savelo coffee. So today, me amas, long Marvel, Rosa Government, this minister, look, Savelo coffee, so.
The Gulf governor said his administration is ready and committed to working closely with CICL to implement activities that would boost coffee production in the province.
Problems with transport, infrastructure, the problems we have with the terrain make it difficult for us to get it out. So the Connect PNG plus the freight subsidies that you are introducing, Minister, together with what Thomas and I are doing in terms of subsidizing freight, and together with ARPA, we want to ensure that the statistics are properly captured and that the province does get some benefit back, and we become known for what we really are.
CIC's chief executive officer says the third-level airlines only go to remote places like Kaintiba and Kotidanga if there are economic activities. Otherwise, there are no regular flights into the area.
Let's take our people back, give them the opportunities that are enjoyed by others on the market accessible area. And in this MOA, we'd like to see that we establish a solid market for Gulf farmers. If it means we take the marketing ourselves, the provincial government or the district, let's do it. Let's open up a market in for our farmers so they can sell their coffee, they can sell their currency instead of taking it out.
Gulf Province has 2 districts and 10 LLGs. Kaintiba and Kotidanga contribute to coffee production in the province. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. Regional news is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He loves the Maroons. He loves the Blues. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyam Yumi.
Right across the nation, we eat snack crackers. Emi trubla. All get a young plan alapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Through the Community Grants Program, civil society organizations can apply for grants of up to 50,000 kina, which are focused on delivering development projects in line with our funding priorities. Applications are now open. Applications close in September 2023 at 5 p.m. For more information, visit foundation.digitalpacific.com.
Aliens are taking over the globe. We gotta go save our dads.
Oh, how I've missed you, Holmes.
Sink into this work.
Wait.
I'm the first of my kind. That won't be the last.
Welcome back. In regional news, the start of industrial-scale seabed mining to extract car battery metals from the bottom of the Pacific Ocean has been delayed. The International Seabed Authority needed more time to finalize mining rules. The action by the International Seabed Authority, which had set a July goal for finalizing seabed mining rules, came after pressure from environmentalists and nations that oppose the effort. The decision will impact the metals company, a Canadian-based mining startup that has teamed with the small island nation of Nauru to pursue the first license to start industrial-scale mining, perhaps as soon as next year, a timeline that will now be delayed. Just how long a delay may be is unknown. It might be winter, but fire crews are running out of time to prepare for what they say could be a dangerous bushfire season in the coming months. Firefighters are facing the mammoth task of reducing fire hazard in bushland around Sydney after years of La Nina rains.
This hazard reduction burn on the outskirts of Sydney is going to be one of the biggest in recent years. Controlled burns are a crucial part of preparing for bushfire seasons, but they become incredibly tricky after years of La Nina rains. Record rainfall has allowed grass and bushland to flourish, and even though it's still winter, there have been a number of grass fires that crews have struggled to put out. They face the challenge of waiting for the vegetation to dry out after the wet weather and getting in hazard reduction burns before it gets too hot and dry. The Rural Fire Service warns even those areas affected by the catastrophic Black Summer bushfires of 2019-20 could come under threat. It's in these areas where there remains little canopy cover, but plenty of undergrowth, which it's feared could pose a major fire risk in the coming months. And as extreme heat sweeps the northern hemisphere, former emergency leaders say it offers a worrying preview of what Australia might soon experience.
People need to realise that we could be straight back into a bad bushfire season, hopefully not as bad as Black Summer. I don't think it'll be that bad, but in a year or two, who knows? And that's climate change tipping the odds towards disastrous fires.
Despite the challenges of planning for the upcoming bushfire season, fire authorities and experts have other ways of preparing that weren't available during Black Summer. A team at Australian National University has developed a mapping system that uses satellite images and real-time information on moisture levels to detect where fires are likely to start. And communities that were ravaged by the Black Summer bushfires now have plenty of practical measures, such as up-to-date spreadsheets of everyone living in an area and a dedicated street facilitator to do welfare checks during a fire. Fire authorities say they'll be doing hazard reduction burns wherever possible in the lead up to this bushfire season. While it might be a game of catch-up thanks to the wet weather, they say the onus is also on property owners to make sure they're doing everything they can do to prepare for what will be a hazardous summer.
2 men have been charged after nearly 250 kilograms of cocaine was seized from a yacht in North Queensland. Police allege the men travelled from Canberra to Townsville to recover the drugs.
It's been in months of investigation with multiple agencies involved. The Australian Border Force, the AFP and the Queensland Police worked together to investigate this yacht, which arrived in Queensland waters from Vanuatu in April. It raised concerns with the Border Force, which prompted a 90-day basically to be seized for 90 days and investigated. And in July, about 250 kilograms of cocaine were taken off that boat with a street value of about $60 million. Now, last week, two French nationals who were based in Canberra, they resided at an address in Griffith. That property was raided, and the AFP says during that raid they attempted to throw about $300,000 worth of cash off a balcony before they were arrested. Now, those people faced the ACT Magistrates Court on Thursday before they were extradited to Queensland. Now, today, both of those men, aged 55, one aged 44, had their cases mentioned in the Brisbane Magistrates Court.
ABF officers believed that the vessel posed a risk and so restricted the vessel to the port for 90 days upon further investigation, at which point in time when the vessel was moved from the water, ABF and AFP officers subsequently undertook a search post-finding anomalies in the vessel's hull and located the cocaine.
So what happens next, Jemima?
Well, Ros, both of the men are in custody. They've been charged with importing commercial quantity of a border-controlled drug and dealing in the proceeds of crime. Both of those charges, actually, the maximum penalty is life imprisonment. But the AFP said a moment ago that these two French nationals are only the start of their investigations, and there are connections to a much wider syndicate. It's not known who owns the vessel, but those investigations are ongoing.
A South Australian theatre company is using interactive performances to tackle schoolyard racism. The shows teach children how to identify and prevent discrimination, and both teachers and students say the experience is a lasting impression.
Please stop, it's not nice to be so.
Preventing racism, one performance at a time.
The work is completely interactive, so the young people are empowered to actually say, hey, that's not okay, at a very young age.
I am a kangaroo, I have a game for you.
At schools across South Australia, this theatre group is teaching young people about standing up to racism through interactive shows. The primary school program tells stories about people from diverse backgrounds through song, dance and puppets.
When they were showing us the puppets, I liked it because it was easy to understand. Some of the things that I thought were okay actually weren't.
Jump, 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 jump.
Artists from diverse backgrounds feature in the show, which the theatre says helps the young audiences embrace each other's differences.
We try and create that safe space for marginalised communities so that they can do their best work, that they feel safe to tell their stories. It's like life-affirming, actually, having representation where you can see yourself and your story or who you are being presented.
The theatre company is trying to tackle a problem that research suggests is widespread. A 2017 survey found 60% of school students had seen their classmates act in racist ways, and nearly half had seen teachers discriminate on the basis of race.
A lot of our work has an ongoing life with it because unfortunately these issues aren't disappearing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The shows are developed in consultation with students, and teachers are saying the early education is having a dramatic impact.
The kids really loved working with the actors and interacting with them and having their opinions valued.
You never know what someone's going through, so you may as well start being nice to them.
Everyone gets equal rights and so no one's left out.
A message these performers hope is striking a chord at a young age.
You're watching TV1 News. In sports, Barramundi secures second win against Philippines, and Miyok's trip to be minor premiers.
It's in the highs and in the lows. It's in the big things and the small things too. It's hard to put into words, but you'll know it when you see it. Terrain tamer, when quality counts.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Money Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
Mipla halivim wari belong you.
Paying for your PNG air ticket with Cell Money is now possible. Visit the website www.pngair.com.pg to make a booking and select Cell Money as the payment option. You will receive a confirmation email including Cell Money reference number and the amount to pay within 24 hours. Once done, dial *888#, select option 4 Bill Pay, select PNG Air, enter the Cell Money reference number. You will receive a pop-up message asking you to confirm that all your information provided is correct. Enter the Cell Money PIN to confirm the payment. You will receive an email for PNG Air with your ticket details. Call 888 for assistance. Cell Money, a product of Digicel.
The ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 is almost here.
What a beauty! He's on absolute fire!
Timbers just starting to bubble up.
Here's the leg.
A patient in your care died brutally in front of you.
I need to find an explanation for what happened.
It's smiling at me. It's smiling at me.
You're going to die! You're going to die!
How long between each victim's death?
None of them survived longer than a week.
Something bad is going to happen.
Smile premieres Saturday, July 29th, 10 p.m. on HBO.
Well, folks, after literally years of negotiation between the Fan and the management of Steve Menzies, we have secured the great man for the show. Welcome to the Fan.
This is all going through my head, and then all of a sudden he passes it back. Oh, my God.
Today we have enlisted the help of Panthers co-captain and superstar halfback.
When you've kicked it well, you usually know, and especially on the chip kicks, I usually know.
Thanks to Nathan Cleary, invaluable insight for the fans out there, for the kids out there.
Welcome back. In sports, Money Plus and CDC put Moresby Vipers almost recorded the biggest boil-over of the season against current runners of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup, EPG Angamiox, before settling for a 22-all draw at the full-time Sunday at the Santos National Football Stadium. The much anticipated round 14 clash did not disappoint a bumper crowd, mostly die-hard Miox supporters who turned up in droves to watch the thrilling encounter.
As anticipated, the fiery contest got off at a cracking pace, with both teams showing some early nerves in their opening exchanges and committed a number of basic errors. It was Miox who got off into their rhythm early, showing off their slick attacking flair, allowing the ball to do all the talking deep inside Vipers' territory before left winger Joel William dived over for the first points to lead 4-0.
The kick into the goal.
Oh, that's a try. That's a try for your love. Nicky Hasu's having a very crocker.
Minutes later, Miox were over again, this time to put them further in front 8-0.
Oh, too easy. Back-to-back tries, the Miox.
Vipers were able to rally their way back into the contest with back-to-back tries to Adena Gebi and Abel Rami to trail 10-12 at halftime.
Nicky Hasu, the crossfield kick. Great take. Gebi.
Miox started off the second half the way they did in the first, with tries to Sam Francis and Ismail Gibson to make it a 12 points buffer, 22-10. The intensity of the game escalated in the second stanza, resulting in 2 players from both sides placed on report and binned by the match referee for dangerous play. Vipers, with time still on their side, kept peppering away towards Miox's line before number 6 Joel Genna had a crack at the line to keep the contest alive 16-22 with less than 10 minutes left. With time ticking away, Miox kept up their defensive resolve. Vipers' never-say-die attitude, using hands and numbers on the left edge, gave winger Yaki Benjamin an easy passage to the line for the equalizer with the kick to come.
Benjamin celebrates! The Vipers are in!
From the sideline, Niki Hasu missed the conversion for a 22-all draw at full time. Man of the match went to Miox number 6, Gary James.
Miox unbeatable for 12 rounds. Big team, and maybe with the boys we got 1 points each. A lot of areas we need to improve on, but I'm happy with that performance this afternoon.
That's when patience will come inside. All my guys with patience and control, complete sets of 6 minutes. But maybe rushing this game now. That's why we learn a complete set, we drawing balls. So the next couple of games, I think, mostly, so it's good that all supporters come. And I've been thinking to, it's good that all our players will come and experience in the crowd, because next the finals and over the game here, so anyway, so it's good that we come here and experience in the crowd and support one another. Thank you.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Meantime, the Enga provincial government-sponsored Enga Miox are clear favourites to take out this year's Digicel ExxonMobil Cup minor premiership. Regular season concludes in 2 weekends' time before the competition proceeds to the top 6 semi-finals series on August 13, 2023. After round 14, Miox have recorded 13 points and a draw, accumulating to 21 points on the overall competition points table. They are 6 points clear of the second-place Lacy Snakes Tigers on 21 points, followed by defending premiers Croton Hella Wigmen, third on 20 points, East New Britain Egma Krabal Gurias 18 points, PRK Madi Muruks 15 points, and Bintango Gorokal Hanis on 15 points, bringing up to top 6. Below the cut of the mark are Guest Resources Central Dabaris in 7th place, with 13 points, while Moniplus NCDC Vipers and Gulf ISO are on 11 points apiece. Reigning 2022 Digicel Cup champions Croton Hella Wigmen survived a late surge from the West New Britain provincial government Kimber Cutters before recording a 26-20 victory in round 14 of the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup clash on Sunday at the Santos National Football Stadium. Cutters 4-try hero centre Eliza Rotinga was unstoppable and picking up the Digicel Man of the Match award.
Kimber Carter's lanky centre Eliza Rotinga almost single-handedly got his team home on Sunday with a masterclass individual performance against a star-studded Hella Wigman outfit, only to go down 20 points to 26 at full time. The young Carter's side would not die wondering, with Rotinga at the helm scoring all their points from 4 tries and 2 kicks from 4 attempts, only to fall short by 6 points in the end.
And it's that man, Eliza Rotinga goes in.
7 minutes into the contest, and Wigman showed their class early, with 5'8" Tony Wemin put his back rower Atua Joshua Nagoya through for their first points to lead 6-0. Wigman's 6 points advantage was short-lived when Rotinga, using his size, footwork and speed, beat Wigman's defense to score the first of his hat-trick to make it 6-all scoreline. Halfway through the first half, and Wigman attack shifted to second gear, this time scoring in back-to-back fashion through Hunters winger Solowane and fullback Sipa Kaupa, who weaved his way past some flimsy Cutters defense to put the Wigman further in front 18-6. Seconds before the break, Cutters' unorthodox play by former Rugby Sevens player Henry Lillicat put a daft kick through for flying Rotinga to win the race, getting the Cutters' second try to trail 10-18 until half-time. The physical aspect of the arm wrestle intensified in the second half, which escalated, resulting in match referee sending 2 players to the bin. After the melee, Wigman regrouped quickly, and from an attacking move inside Cutters' left edge, Nagoya found himself in the right place, right time to score his second try, putting the score beyond Cutters' reach 26-10. With 20 minutes to go, a short burst out of dummy half by former Lahani's number 9, Manu Mikaive, busted the Wigmen's defensive before offloading to Rotinga to streak away for a grand finish at 16-26. The Cutters' never-say-die attitude right at their death saw Rotinga going in for his fourth try, beautifully set up by Lilicat, which concluded the match at 20 points to 26 in favor of Wigmen.
Walking plenty little mistakes sebelum belah tasol lik plano completing good all sets sebelum belah ting belakang visitin tralan lol Wigmen lalu sim plenty bolong good latitude sebelum belah solo walking good is something but we gave it away.
First now we belakang down feel normal as usual because first we belakang play lialem feel normal on we play for me then again feeling myself me feeling comfortable straight lots la feel Mr. Play go game so me gimol kita best domina. Well, game no stable side me blame goal side lots except the fact of me blalos.
Thank the team Bagatas for putting up a strong performance, and then we don't expect that kind of game, but no, we just the boys really played well and we come with 2 points.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Kumul Petroleum Holding Limited, PNG Barramundi maintained their winning form in the ICC T20 World Cup qualifier EAP after the edging out the Philippines by 117 runs at the Amini Cricket Ground in Port Moresby on Sunday. The PNG national team will play Japan tomorrow for the important match. Japan was looking sharp in its opening 2 matches and would be the side to beat. The Barramundi showed up again with the home ground advantage to hold off the Philippines in the second day of the ICC T20 Men's Cricket Qualifier, East Asia Pacific. PNG won the toss and was elected to bat first. The PNG Barramundi's batters made the most out of their batting turn. Hiri topped the batting for his team with 46 runs from 27 balls, with Teleka Siaka scoring 43 runs from 31 balls. Closing the bat for the Barramundis with 36 runs from 29 balls was Tony Ura. The bowlers made some impressive stats to help their side to victory. Kabua Vagi Moria bowled 5 out of 9 while Charles Amini bowled 2 out of 4. Hiri also put a 2 out of 7 to round the bowling. This win puts Barramundi in a good position as they push for the ICC T20 World Cup that will be held in October in India. The Barras face Japan tomorrow. All teams are resting today. The qualifier resumes Tuesday, July 25th. By the end of Tuesday, all teams participating in the tournament, PNG, Japan, Vanuatu and Philippines would have played against each other. The team with the most recorded wins will be declared winner and will represent the East Asia Pacific region in the ICC T20 World Cup. The competition concludes this Saturday, July 29. Round 4 of the National Premier League Soccer concluded in style, with Port Moresby hosting a triple header at the PNG Football Stadium, while Ley hosted the local derby at 11 Mile PNG FA Academy. The triple header in the Port Moresby saw visiting Ley City FC defeated a strong Gulf Komara outfit 1-0 in first of the 3 matches. Hekari United FC traced the United Highlands FC 4-1. With home ground advantage, Port Moresby strikers drew against Medang FC 1-1 to round up the triple header. In Ley, rivals Ley City FC and Morobe Wawans FC had a tough match. Both sides failed to register a goal, and in the match 0-0. NSL continues with the round 5 this weekend with a grand final rematch between Ley City FC and Hekari United FC. FIFA President Gianni Infantino is in his address at the OFC 29th Ordinary Congress held in Auckland praised the Oceania Football Confederation, calling the OFC member nations his dream team. The Congress was held on the eve of the FIFA Women's World Cup that kicked off at the Eden Park a few days ago.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino had praised for the transformational change the OFC has undergone in recent years, and in hosting the Women's World Cup in Oceania is something to be proud of, he said. President Infantino is happy and proud to see OFC come a long way into modernity and will work together to make sure in future football will prosper even more in Oceania countries.
It's unique. It will be the greatest World Cup ever. 32 teams for the first time, 8 debutants, 64 games, 1.5 million spectators in the stadiums, 2 billion people all over the world watching what will be an incredible spectacle, because today women's football has reached some levels which are incredible.
President Infantino said the World Cup being played in New Zealand is connecting with the grassroots of the game being played in countries, is exactly the link needed to take on board and foster to make it prosper. He vowed to take time to visit all 11 OFC member associations over the next month and had a message to Pacific communities about the legacy the tournament would leave.
The people of the Pacific this is your World Cup. You know, the Pacific, and this was said earlier eloquently by the president of OFC, has a heart as big as the Pacific Ocean, and this goes for all the members, the Ocean 11, the member of OFC, great countries, beautiful countries, filled with people who have a big heart and a great passion for football, passion for the game. So
he expressed FIFA's continued commitment to helping to continue developing football in the Oceania region. Susan Oreape, TVWAN Sports.
That's all we have in sports, and here is the weather for the next 24 hours.
Thanks for watching TV1 News and Sports. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our